This is a continuation of lesson 9.2. We're now going to talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles. So the other type of special right triangle is called a 30, 60, 90 triangle, where one of the angles is 30 degrees, one is 60, and one is 90. So we will have a short leg, because our two legs will be different lengths this time. It's no longer isosceles. A short leg across or opposite from the 30-degree angle. So if this is my 30-degree angle and I put an arrow across from it, that would be the short leg. And I'm going to use a capital letter S to represent the short leg. Across from the 60-degree will be my long leg, and I'm going to use a capital L for the long leg, so short and long. And still across from the right angle is the hypotenuse, so I'm going to use an H. I'm using capital letters for my formula here instead of the lowercase because I used lowercase for 45, 45, 90, and I don't want to confuse the two. We're going to have two formulas for this kind of triangle. We're going to have H equals 2 times S, so the hypotenuse equals 2 times the side length, and we're going to have L equals S times the square root of 3. So the long leg equals the short leg times the square root of 3. These are the two formulas we're going to use. If we want to get between the hypotenuse and the long leg, we're going to have to find the short leg first. So for example 1, I'm going to label all of my sides. If this angle is 60, opposite that is the long leg. Across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. And then that angle had to be 30, so that's the short leg. Since I'm given the short leg, S is in both formulas, I can use either one. It doesn't matter. So I could start with, let's say, the L formula. L equals S times the square root of 3. So L we're going to replace with an X equals, the side length was, the short leg was 5. Bring down the root 3. And that's it. That's what X is. We can't do anything else to it. My other formula was H equals 2 times S. So we're going to plug in Y for H equals 2 times, the short leg was 5. So if Y is equal to 2 times 5, then Y is equal to 10. Here's a try for you. Pause. Answers are posted on Classroom. Here's our 30-degree angle in example 2. So across from that is the short leg. That would be 60. So across from that's the long leg. And across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. This time we are given L. So we have to start with the formula that has an L in it. So it's going to be L equals S root 3. I'm going to substitute 15 root 3 in for L. I'm going to substitute X in for S. So to solve this, we want to get X alone, so we're going to have to divide by the square root of 3. On this side, it cancels, and on this side, it also cancels. So we get 15 is equal to X. If you'd like, once you know what this side is, you could fill it in, because now, in my next problem, I'm going to do H equals 2 times S. So that's going to be Y going in for H equals 2 times, and we just found out that S is 15. So Y is equal to 2 times 15, Y will be equal to 30. Here's an example for you to try. Pause. Answers posted on Google Classroom. All right, here's example 3. We have the 60-degree angle. Across from that is our L. That would make this the 30, so that's S, and across from the right angle is H. This time I know H, so I must start with the formula that has an H in it. So H is equal to 2S. We're going to substitute 46 in for H, and we're going to substitute Y in for the short leg. So if I want to solve this, I have to divide by 2, so we get 23 is equal to Y. And again, I'm going to fill that in on my picture so I have it for later. The other formula was L equals S times the square root of 3. So that's going to be X going in for L equals, we just found out S is 23 times the square root of 3. These are not like terms, so I can't simplify any further. That's it. I'm done with that problem. Here's a check-in for you to try. Pause. Answers are posted on Google Classroom. In example 4, the X will be our long leg, the 2 root 3 will be our short leg, and Y will be our hypotenuse. So again, I'm given S, so I could start either way to find either X or Y. So I'll start with X, which means we have L equals S times the square root of 3. So we're going to plug in X for L. We're going to plug in 2 root 3 for S, and we still have another root 3. So if you recall from the other lesson, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is really just 3. So this is 2 times a real 3. X is equal to 6. The other formula was H equals 2 times S. So Y is going to go in for H equals 2 times S was 2 root 3. We can only multiply the like parts. So the 2 and the 2 are not under square roots. Those can be multiplied, so those become 4. But the square root of 3 will remain unchanged because there was no other radical. And that's our answer for Y. Here's a problem for you to try. Pause. Answers are posted on Google Classroom. Example 5. If this is the right angle, that's our H. Across from 60 is the long leg, leaving this to be the short leg. I have the H side, so I'm going to start with H equals 2 times S. So that's going to be 22 root 3 equals 2 times X. When I divide by 2, I can only divide the 22 by 2 because those are the like parts. So this would become 11, and we're going to keep the square root of 3. And we know the other formula is L equals S times the square root of 3. So we're going to plug in Y for L. We're going to plug in the 11 root 3 for S, and we have another root 3. So just like before, these root 3's become a real 3. So Y is 11 times 3, or 33. Here's the try problem for you. Pause. Answers posted in Google Classroom. In our last plain example, before we get to a word problem, the 60 here makes 18 your L, the right angle makes X your hypotenuse, and then this last side will be your short leg. So we're given the L value, so we will start with L equals S root 3. So 18 will go in for L, Y will go in for S, and we're dividing by root 3 to solve because we want to get Y alone. They get to cancel on this side, not so much on this side. So remember our trick. We're going to take 18 divided by a 3 and then move the square root of 3 to the top. So 18 over 3 does reduce to become 6. So we can say that Y is equal to 6 root 3. So using the other formula of H equals 2S, we could plug in X for our H equals 2 times, and S was 6 root 3. So multiplying just the like parts, X would be 12 root 3. There's a try problem for you here. Pause. Answers are posted on Google Classroom. Example 7. The road sign is shaped like an equilateral triangle. Find the exact area of the sign by finding the area of equilateral triangle. So we know area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. We can call this the base. So the base is really 36. So B is 36. But we don't know H yet. H is the height inside. It also happens to be a side of a right triangle, a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So they're using a little h here for height. That's not the hypotenuse. This would really be the long leg because it's across from 60. 18 would be the short leg, and 36 would be the hypotenuse. So if I want to find out what the height is, I'm going to have to do L equals S root 3. So that's going to be the height equals the S, which is 18, times the square root of 3. So that's what I could fill in here for H. And now I have enough information to finish the problem. If A equals 1/2 BH, A equals 1/2 times the 36 times the 18 root 3. 1/2 of 36 is 18, so this is really 18 times 18, which is 324. And we're going to leave the square root of 3 on it. And this was in terms of inches, so our area is inches squared. Final try problem for you to do. You could pause or you could finish the video. The answer is posted on Google Classroom. And that is the end of section 9.2, the special right triangles.